Hey everybody, welcome to Shooting the with Yankee. As always, I'm Yankee, so let's start shooting. Today, I want to know what you think about marijuana use and carrying a gun. Should you ever carry a gun if you're partaking in marijuana? Is it okay if you're using it responsibly? Is it smoke them if you got them? I don't care how much you use while you're carrying a gun. Or is it just never carry a gun if you smoke marijuana? Do you even agree that they should be denied their rights to buy guns like it is on the 4473 right now? And the reason we're talking about this today is the Fifth Circuit just ruled that people having medical marijuana cards using medical marijuana, and I'm hoping eventually they'll apply this to recreational, even though I don't use it, but a lot of people do. That they'll say that that's unconstitutional. They say it's unconstitutional to deny someone their Second Amendment rights if they are using something that's been prescribed to them as a medication. And if it's legal for recreational use, the same thing would apply. So I want to know what you all think. I think everybody knows what I think. I don't care if you carry and smoke marijuana. I don't care if you carry and drink, if you do it responsibly. Either one. If you don't do it to the point you're impaired, I'm fine with it. You know, you go out, carry your gun, have a couple of beers. If you're a 210-pound man and have 2 beers, who gives a shit? If you have 6 or 4, then maybe we're talking something a little different there. And even when it comes to abusing the substance you're using while carrying a gun, I would rather you smoke too much marijuana than drink too much alcohol. Because you drink too much alcohol, you're going to do something stupid. You smoke too much marijuana, you're going to get paranoid. You're probably going to lock your own gun up so that you can't get to it because you're afraid it's going to attack you or something. And you're not going to hurt anybody. I've even seen some studies recently that suggest that people under the influence of marijuana are actually better drivers while they're under the influence. So it doesn't affect you the same way alcohol does. It doesn't lower your inhibitions to the point where you freak out and let all your anger out. So I have no problem with people using marijuana or alcohol, but less problem with people using marijuana when they have a gun. And no, I don't think it should ever be used to deny you your rights, especially if it's a prescribed medication or it's legal where you're at. So don't agree with it at all. One of our guests last night came into the chat, brought up the problems with marijuana and in the black community. And I'm like, I didn't even know marijuana was a big problem in the black community. Thought that was more trailer park disease, but we'll also talk about other things. But so that's how I feel about it. Let's go see how other people feel. That was a horrible segue. That was really bad. Wait, that's right, segue. Right? That's not what. That's what's the one you ride on. That's a segue too, right? I don't know. It's like my words feel mixed up today. Johnny Mandrick chimed in, says, if you are not impaired while carrying or shooting, there's no problem. I agree. There's no problem. Practical Bacon weighed in and says, shouldn't handle guns under the influence of any drug that if it has gotten to the point of affecting you negatively, but it shouldn't stop you from owning, carrying, be responsible, and it's not an issue. I think people have more of a problem not drinking too much alcohol when they're carrying than they do smoking too much marijuana. Because usually people have a preset amount they got with them they're going to smoke. It's not like, yeah, give me another beer. Oh, give me another beer. Oh, I lost count. Now I'm at 5, and I'm definitely impaired while I'm carrying. I think people have a certain amount of marijuana they're going to smoke, and when it's gone, it's gone. They don't get more right there and then. So I think there's more potential for abuse of alcohol. We got a couple super stickers from Patrick Rowe. I never saw them. I don't even know what they are. Let's see if I can see them over here. I don't see them. Sean Bain said, you should be able to do both. Might de-escalate the situation. Yeah, marijuana could definitely de-escalate a situation. When's the last time you saw someone smoke pot and start a fight? Or smoke pot and even get involved in a fight? Doesn't happen much. I can't count how many times. It's like people ask you, like, what percentage of domestic violence calls or assault calls have alcohol involved? Almost all. How many of them have marijuana involved that was a root issue in the situation? Almost never. And, I was in a place where marijuana was very popular. West Virginia, especially in the poorer parts of West Virginia, it was very popular, marijuana. It was like the drug of choice back then, back before crystal meth became and pills, oxy and crystal meth became the thing now. When I go back to West Virginia now, those seem to be the drugs of choice. Those are the drugs of choice. Where was I? Flash in the Pan says, I have a security camera outside my gun vault. Do I need one inside too? Seems redundant. Well, you don't need one outside it. Outside the room it's in, I would worry more about that, but I wouldn't bother with one inside it. I mean, unless you really want to look up your own nose every time you open your gun safe. But I mean, you could. I have one right out here that watches the door to come in here, but I don't have one that is in here. I don't want a lot of the things I do in here on camera. So, so no to that. So yeah, I don't think that has to do with today's topic. That was another question I should have answered during the first part of the chat. Mr. Furley said pot and guns can't be any worse than alcohol and guns. Well, no, I think they're better. I think they're less likely to be a problem than alcohol and guns. Alcohol is a way worse drug than marijuana. Has a worse effect on your body, worse effect on your brain. It's just bad. The way I look at it, anytime you impair yourself mentally, there's got to be some damage that comes with that. But of the two, alcohol is the lesser, is the greater evil. That was Mr. Furley just there. And now we got Paul Rollerson. Is it any different than drinking and shooting? I do think it's safer than drinking and shooting. You've seen them rednecks out drinking and shooting, and then they're so drunk they can barely stand. They're shooting their shotguns, and look, he fired a shotgun, and then actually fired it again, and fell down. That'd been a lot funnier if he pointed it to the left a little more when he did that. We just saw your phone drop to the ground, and we'd be like, "Yay, less rednecks." If we were the type person that would say that. Baron SVG, haven't seen that name in a while. If you do it responsibly, I really don't care what you take. That's kind of the way I feel too. And we got one more person weighing in, one more person, then we're done here. And that is Edgar Cortez. And Edgar Cortez said, I don't think that drugs or mood-altering substances should be consumed while you are shooting guns. Oh, I don't think you do it while you're shooting. I think those videos, when you see that, are stupid. Like I just said, the redneck with the, oh, bling, bling. Yeah, you're asking for trouble. Anytime you impair yourself. But I don't think if you're carrying a gun and you drink a couple beers, I don't think it's the biggest thing in the world. If you drink 4 or 6, yeah, then you're a problem. If you're carrying a gun and you smoke a joint with your friends, I don't think it's a big deal. And if you abuse either one, I think, like I said, the alcohol is definitely more dangerous. Going to lower those inhibitions, let your anger slip out. Whereas the marijuana is probably going to make you paranoid of your own gun. You're probably going to, hide it up, stick it under the couch because you're afraid it's going to talk bad about you or something. So I'd rather you be using marijuana if you had a gun. Just like if you're on the road driving, I'd rather you be under the influence of marijuana than alcohol. I don't think you should operate a motor vehicle under it. And I think this kind of illustrates how guns are safer than cars. It's like, I'm okay with someone having a couple drinks and having their gun on them. I'm okay with someone smoking marijuana, having their gun on them. If you're going to drink or smoke, don't get in a car. It's too dangerous. I don't feel that way about guns. So, and I don't think statistics back me up on that. So that's it for us today, though. Thanks everyone for coming. Thanks everyone that weighed in on the topic today. I think we got through it pretty quick today, but I think there just wasn't a lot of difference of opinion. Most people don't care. If you are responsible with what you do, who gives a shit what you put in your body? If you choose to do it beyond the point where you're in control of your own actions, well, then, yeah, be responsible enough to not give yourself the ability to harm others, like drive a car or carry a gun. But otherwise, especially if it's medicinal, because here's the thing about medicinal stuff. It doesn't really make people high. Like if someone is taking medicinal marijuana for high stress or anxiety, etc., pain even, it doesn't really make them that high because the pain and the anxiety and other stuff kind of negates the actual euphoric effects of the drug. It's like people that are in severe pain that are on morphine. They're not usually super high. It just reduces the pain, at least what they perceive of it. So that's the case of most things. It's like when people are on their way out, it's just people have weird opinions about drugs. Being married to a hospice nurse, I see families all the time that like your husband's dying. He's in a lot of pain. We want to give him morphine. Every time you give him the morphine, he's a chance of getting addicted to it. We had someone the other day that they didn't want their dying father to take OxyContin because he'd get addicted. We're like, he's dying. You realize that, right? So get off your fucking moral high horse. Pay attention to the science first, and then realize it doesn't fucking matter if he gets addicted. What matters is he's comfortable in his last days of life, you dumb fucking bitch. I couldn't be a nurse. I'd be smacking people. So I don't have the temperament for it. But as I said, I got off topic there. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for weighing in. Thanks, everybody who helps support the programs, help keeps the conversation going. I appreciate it. I'll see everybody again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe till I see you again.